All right, in a few minutes, we're going to join Matt. He's going to do a little thing on airbrushing for us. But first, we got Mark. Mark, head to the shop. Hey, Mark.
I'm out in the shop now. Let me flip the phone around here, and okay, there we see it now. Okay, dokie. Can you see me now? Okay,
I got you. I got it now, bud.
Okay, my lovely wife Barbara is gonna be the camera lady here.
Hey, Barbara. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Okay, just focus on my tool.
Okay.
Okay, the first thing I do, I have the Wolverine system with the Very Grind, and so the first thing I'm gonna do is put my Very Grind to 1 3/4 inches. Some people use this as a 2-inch thing, but I've got mine set up for 1 3/4. The next thing I do is I have my Very Grind set on notch number 3. So that the bolt, this bolt, and notch number 3 are in line. I don't change that. Hasn't been changed in 13 years. All right. The angle that I like, I have this sets the angle in and out. That's the angle that you like. I have a mark on here that I set it so that it's exactly the same at all times. The mistake that people make, right, that I see all the time is they do this. They go back and forth, just back and forth, back and forth. When I'm going to turn that grinder on. When I go back and forth, I'm going to destroy this just to show you. So what I've done by going back and forth, I have taken the flute, the point of the flute out, and I have a high wing over on this side. If I'm going in the bowl, then the wing hits the wood before the inside bottom of the flute, and it wants to twist the bowl gouge. So what Matt was saying, right, is you draw, I draw this side. You can have it straight down or just a slight curve.
Never depressed.
I'm going to draw this profile. Then I'm going to go to the other side and I'm going to match it. Taking the high side off.
Yep, that's exactly how I do it too.
Yep.
Yeah. And please note that he Mark
The
using
bottom right there. Touch it first. So I got to take that back down just a little bit more.
Is that a CBN, guys?
So what I have is
yes.
very slight curve. Get those plugs little starts off. I have a slight curve coming down to the point.
Did you just wipe that on your shirt with your wife present? Your wife present?
It's a turning shirt, Eddie. It's a turning shirt.
That's a brave man.
It's a turning shirt. It stays in the shop.
You know, I never noticed that. My center is offline.
Oh, they got to be online.
Okay, so if you look at that, I got to turn this thing up. It's too noisy. So if you look at that, it's a slight curve down to the point. This point must, it's not really a point, it's a curve, but the inside bottom must touch the wood first. Then the other thing I do, right, if you can either use the other wheel or you can just push this very grind in. See where I've pushed it in? If I push it in and turn it on.
What row? Y'all got to pick.
And he's taking the bottom bevel off, I believe.
Mhm.
Yep, he sure is. That's an Ellie Avocera move.
Yep.
You talk about turn a corner, folks. That'll turn a corner.
Yep. It does reduce the amount of bevel on the main bevel that you have riding on the wood, but it makes it real easy to get around corners.
Secondary bevel, that takes the heel away.
Yep.
And you never ever cut with a heel, so you're not missing anything when you grind it away.
No.
Okay, now let me just take this one step further. This is my regular bowl gouge. Now my bottom feeder, all I do is I never change this setting. It's always on notch 3. I take my bottom feeder and I put it in at 1 3/4. It's still on notch number 3. The only thing I'm going to do to make the angle steeper is move it out.
Mhm.
So I have another notch right here, my bottom feeder. I turn it on and do the same thing.
Yep.
Now that's a round. Bottom feeder is round. It's not elliptical.
I gotta let this thing. I know it. Let me just let the grinder settle down here, and then I can hear you guys talk. Okay, so now the angle on my bottom feeder is about 80 degrees. I still have a straight profile coming down so that the inside bottom of the flute touches first. And it's that simple for bowl gouges. All you need is 2 notches, and you keep it exactly the same on this notch number 3, right? And that will give you the most fantastic cut that you will ever have on your bowl gouges.
It will. And it's simple. You do not have to keep doing all that math and changing and jigs and all that. Once you have got one that works, stay there. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, that was real good.
Okay, and if anybody has any questions, here, let me turn this around here, this thing.
And
If,
thank your wife for us.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions, they're welcome to call me, and we can set up a FaceTime, and I can help them understand that. But the inside bottom of the flute must touch first. Remember when we were doing our 2x4s on the spindle gouge, the first thing that you do is you push the point, following the east-west rule, you stick the point of the gouge into the wood. Then you have bevel contact, and you can virtually go inside, out, back, left, right. Doesn't make any difference once you have bevel contact. The exact thing happens with the bowl gouge. You must have that. You must stick the point of that bowl gouge first entry. Then you can go anywhere you. And when you're pushing the cut line with that, with the little point on that bowl gouge to the inside bottom of the flute, it is almost impossible to get a catch. You just must remember that if you're right-handed, your left hand has nothing to do with wood turning. And if you're left-handed, your right hand has nothing to do with wood turning. You never put any pressure from your whole, I'm right-handed. I never put any pressure with my left hand except down on the tool rest. The tool must be pushed from the back of the handle to the point and you ricochet off the bevel and you drive that cut line all the way to its final destination.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. And if you think about it, who drives the bus? Not the guy in the back seat, driver, right up front.